Hey everyone, welcome to AVID 11, 2019, 2020. Your kids are juniors now, exciting. We are halfway through high school and it is now time to start looking at getting into college. So, once again, if you ever need me, here is everything you need to know about me right here. There you go. All right. Our mission statement, AVID, which stands for Advancement via Individual Determination. Our mission statement is to close the achievement gap by preparing all students for college readiness and success in a global society. Course description, students are expected to participate in activities that incorporate strategies focused on writing, inquiry, collaboration, organization, and reading to support their growth academically. AVID is a 4-year commitment. That way they can get everything they need to out of us. Students are expected to take A through G recommended course load, which means they are on track to graduate and go straight to a UC out of high school. Now, whether that's their plan or not, that's what they're agreeing to by being in AVID, being A through G ready. Not only do UCs look at that, CSUs require that as well. And we want students to push themselves and take an IB class. That will help prepare you for college as well. IB classes are very rigorous, they're very tough, they're going to help your child push themselves. So help them push themselves. Don't let them out the easy way. It's not going to help them in the long run. Push them to take an IB class. They're smart enough, they can handle it, they got it. Students will participate in tutorials. Students will take notes for every class. Students will prepare for the PSAT, the SAT, and the ACT. That way they'll get accepted into more colleges and get more money in scholarships. Students will complete and present a multi-grade level portfolio, which they've been working on. They'll continue to work on it this year. Students will retake classes when they need to so that they can stay A through G ready. Students will attend tutoring and or participate in study groups as required. Students will satisfactorily maintain their binder following all AVID guidelines, which we'll talk about in just a moment. Students will make satisfactory academic progress following UC, CSU minimum entrance requirements. So we're talking about A through G, we're talking about their GPA, those kinds of things. Students are expected to complete 100 hours of community service every year. Now, each semester, 20 of those hours can come from extracurricular activities such as sports or clubs, but they are expected to do 100 hours a year. That's 50 hours a semester. Students will be expected to complete a weekly grade check as well. Students will be assessed using a variety of performance-based assessments, including binders, notebook checks, grade checks, agenda checks, all sorts of things. Also, how they do on entrance tests, how they do on research projects, how they participate in class. Those will all be part of their grade. Students are expected to have a binder with them every single day, a 3-inch binder with lots of things in them: subject dividers, a zipper pouch, 2 pens, 2 pencils, filler paper, a notebook, a dictionary, the thesaurus, calculator, ruler, whiteout, highlighters, post-it notes, the THS agenda, which we are giving to them, and all completed work from that semester are expected to be in that 3-inch binder. Here are the rules and consequences. You'll see that there's nothing crazy or wild about them. They're your standard rules and consequences. Substitute rules. Students are expected to behave better for subs than they are for me. So if they misbehave for a sub, then they will receive a referral and a phone call home. So if your student's name is written down and the sub says they were not bad and this is why, I'll call you and tell you this is what the sub said about your kid, and because of this, they're getting a referral. That's just the way it is. I expect them to behave better for subs than they do for me. So with electronic devices, they may be used in class when I approve it. If I do not approve it and the student has their phone away, I'll ask them to put it away. If it comes out again, I'll send it down to the office. Makeup work policy is a standard policy. For every day of an excused absence, your student will have 1 day to make up their work. So if they're out for 5 days and every one of those 5 days is excused, they'll have 5 days to make up their work. It is, however, the student's responsibility to copy the daily agenda, complete the bell work, and pick up any handouts that they need when they return from an absence. If a student's going to be in in-house suspension for the day, work can be picked up before school on the day of the suspension. Students who are suspended may make up the work at my discretion. This is for an at-home suspension. And if a student wants to turn in late work, that's fine. I will accept it 1 week late for half credit. Students will receive 3 bathroom passes per quarter. They cannot trade them. Also, you will be charged for each additional bathroom pass that you use. You'll get a tardy. Also, if you don't use all of your bathroom passes, you get extra credit. Tutors are expected to work. They're expected to have work from another class. If I don't have them to do something for them to do, they are not to be disrupting my class. Tutorials, they'll be held twice a week, just like they always have, unless otherwise noted. So most of the time it'll be Tuesdays, Thursdays. Every once in a while it may be a Wednesday or a Friday though, but that'll be rare, maybe once or twice a semester. There will be 1 tutorial makeup a month, where 1 missed tutorial may be made up for full credit. Any other missed tutorials can be made up for partial credit, of course, unless it's an excused absence, by attending 1 hour of homework help the following week. Grade checks are due on Mondays. Students are required to have a teacher signature for each class or grade, as well as a parent signature for that week's grades. Grades cannot be printed from Aries. And we're actually going to do it a little bit different this year. A student will not be required to get teacher and parent signatures every week unless their grades fall below a B. So if they have a C, D, or an F in a class, then they'll be required to get that teacher's signature and your signature for that week's grades. The homework policy, students will be assigned homework, but it won't be a crazy amount of homework, and it won't be every night. All AVID homework help. All AVID students who receive a D or an F at progress reports or any other grading period are required to attend 1 hour of homework help per week until the next formal grading period. If the student no longer has a D or an F in that class at the end of that grading period, they can participate in a study group. However, if the student still has a D or an F, then they are required to continue participating in homework help. If a student does not receive a D or an F at the grading period, then they are required to participate in 3 study groups of their choosing per quarter. So get together with a group of friends, study for some classes, like a college study group, and then document that happened. Here's the grading policy. Grades are weighted just like they always have been. The percentages are no different. And you'll see that my grades are that I round up on my grades. All right, I will update the parent portal as often as I can. And if you have not yet signed up for Aries, please go do so now. Here is the link for it right there. So please go there. Academic dishonesty will not be tolerated. So no cheating, no plagiarizing, no copying. For a first offense, if a student's found to be cheating on an assignment, they'll be given a 0 on the assignment, a referral, and you will be contacted. And cheating in any class in any way can result in removal from the AVID program. It won't happen on a first offense, but if it becomes a habit, expect to sit down and have a meeting with me about having your child removed from AVID. Also, cheating goes on their permanent academic record, and colleges don't like that kind of thing, so let's not cheat. Students will not have a textbook for AVID, but for tutorials, they will be expected to bring the appropriate textbook for a reference while tutorials are going on. So every Tuesday and Thursday, students will need to bring the textbook associated with their TRF form to class. Students must wear their IDs, they must have them with them at all times. So make sure that all students have their IDs. All student handbook rules and policies will be followed and enforced. And to acknowledge that you have watched this video and read my syllabus and understand the requirements and agree to support and follow all guidelines, requirements, policies, etc. outlined therein, students and parents together must fill out the following Google form. So go to that link there, or scan this QR code with your phone and it will take you straight to the form. Thank you.